The way he like comes in this movie is just, it's like, it's not it. It feels like he's waiting for the director, who is the woman he's banging, by the way, to go, well done, Harry. Well done. Good job. Or the fact that like Chris Pine had to be in the room when Harry Styles did his sort of now infamous, you know, the thing about the movie is it's a real movie.
My favorite thing about the movie is like it feels like a movie.
All right, so Harry Styles has acted. All right, he has been acting. He's done the acting thing.
I gave you all of this, Alice!
But is he an actor? Will us as a society ever see him as an actor? My contention is no, but I guess I am wondering why he hasn't stuck as an actor. This guy is a megastar. He's one of the biggest pop stars on the planet, and he has been given massive film opportunities that seasoned veteran actors would kind of kill for. He's been given like Timothée Chalamet level opportunities at a very young age, especially for how long he's been acting for, which is like what, -6 months. Like he got these roles before seemingly even training to be an actor. But this is one of the most perplexing career turns I think I've ever seen. When you look at someone like Lady Gaga, who went from pop star to actress, she's crushed it, all right? She proved herself in American Horror Story Hotel, and then she got Star is Born, and everyone kind of went, oh my God, Lady Gaga is amazing. And it was interesting because there was a different feeling in the air when Star is Born was coming out. It might have been because she proved herself in American Horror Story, but I feel like everyone kind of went in going, yeah, Lady Gaga will probably be good. I feel like when it comes to Harry Styles and everyone went to go see Don't Worry Darling, people were kind of like, is he going to be good?
No! No! No!
I want to know if he's going to be good. Is he going to be good? I don't, like, maybe I need to go see. Now that became a self-fulfilling prophecy because he was not very good in Don't Worry Darling. I guess the thing with Harry Styles and the thing I find perplexing about his career is the fact that he's been given these amazing opportunities, these like amazing roles to chew on that could be going to like these incredible actors, but they're going to Harry Styles, who seems like he's done no formal training or anything ever.
Harry Styles, zero acting experience. You know, Don't Worry Darling. Oh yeah, we'll replace Shia LaBeouf with Harry Styles instead, and we know people are going to flock to the cinema. It's like, it kind of disregards the art of acting and like how much it takes to hone that craft by just hiring any celebrity to just take their place.
Wasn't he good though? I heard he was all right.
Awful.
Oh really?
He was terrible. He's been really shit in like most of the films he's been in.
Because I'm wondering if it's an issue of the roles he's being cast in, or his inbuilt audience, or whether he's just a bad actor. Because so far he's had 2 roles that I think were actually kind of well done, but were also very short. And 2 roles that I think were kind of abysmal and really gave him a lot to do. Should he be given any more chances? Should he keep acting? Is this part of the Harry Styles lore that we want to continue? This guy is coming off the back of winning Album of the Year, basically the highest award in music you can get, Harry Styles has got. And then you go, oh yeah, he also is kind of a really cringe actor. His first appearance was in Dunkirk. This is a film by Christopher Nolan, who did Inception, Tenet, Dark Knight, and most recently Oppenheimer. This is one of the most famous and prolific directors working today, and Harry Styles came out of the gates in one of his films, Dunkirk. Now, Christopher Nolan has become famous for his controversial acting choices. Most famously, he got pretty boy Heath Ledger to play the Joker in Dark Knight, which, yes, now seems like an amazing, inspired, and obvious choice, but at the time, everyone hated it. And then he kind of proved everyone wrong by showing just how good of a director-actor combination that could be. So I think Christopher Nolan was hoping to kind of go for another one of those with Harry Styles.
He's just a very talented guy. He did a terrific job. I always like to have faith that the work, you know, if somebody does a great job, that people, when they sit down in the cinema and the lights go down, that they're invested in that world for a couple of hours, that they're going to give people the benefit of the doubt.
And the thing is, Dunkirk is an intentionally very stripped down, very minimal dialogue movie that is just about people trying to survive the war. So I think Harry Styles was kind of going to get out of this movie pretty consequence free. Even if he didn't do an amazing job, he just kind of had to look a bit scared of bombs. In saying that, there are one or two scenes where he actually has to get worked up and talk and kind of like have some dialogue with people. And I actually thought, given the fact that he hadn't acted before, and even if he had acted before, I thought he was totally serviceable. I thought he was fine.
Tell me. Tell me! A cowardly little queue-jumping frog. Who's Gibson, eh? Some naked dead Englishman.
For all intents and purposes, he did a pretty good job. The role didn't demand too much of him, but when it did ask him to do something, he did the thing. Like, he did the acting thing. He did all right. Next, and in my opinion, his best role, which is kind of unfortunate because it lasts about a minute, is his role in the Eternals. Now, this was a very kind of famous surprise. Everyone on Twitter lost their minds when they heard this. But basically, in the post-credits scene of Eternals, Harry Styles shows up as this new character that we've never heard of, who is apparently Thanos' brother, and reading up on Google is apparently this like interstellar kind of like sex god. Like, he's a superhero, but he's also known for like being a bit of a Riz King.
The great adventurer, Star Fox of Mystery Planet.
What a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
And in the scene that we got with Harry Styles, I saw the vision. I saw it. I was like, I can see Harry Styles as a very specific movie star. This is it. This is it. This is the pocket. You know, it's not demanding too much of him. He's not having to cry or shout. He's just been a bit Riz-tastic. He's just been a bit charismatic. I was like, there it is. Good. Done. Got it.
Your friends are in big trouble. And we know where to find them.
I was like, if he shows up in Eternals 2, Electric Boogaloo, and like does that for an hour, that should be fine. That should be good. I think Harry Styles has found his pocket. But unfortunately, I guess Hollywood executives did not agree, because then we got Don't Worry Darling. Now, Don't Worry Darling was an adventure. There was just a world of drama behind the scenes. There was that whole thing with basically Harry Styles cucking Jason Sudeikis and becoming Olivia Wilde's new boyfriend, and just all the antics that came out of that.
Jason Sudeikis allegedly threw himself under Olivia Wilde's car to prevent her from leaving to go see Harry, according to their former nanny. Jason went outside and laid under her car so she wouldn't leave.
Their wives drink their blood. Come on, Jeff, get 'em!
There was also the whole situation where Harry Styles may or may not have actually spat on Chris Pine. Chris Pine went on interviews and said did not happen, but then Harry Styles kind of gloated about it at a concert.
Just popped very quickly to Venice to spit on Chris Pine.
So who knows? But I guess my favorite part of the whole Don't Worry Darling controversy was essentially just watching someone who is new to acting, almost insultingly new to acting, just completely demolish what could have been a great movie with just controversy after controversy and weird press moment after weird press moment. And I think watching Chris Pine get more and more frustrated about how all the discourse around this movie is whether Harry Styles and Olivia Wilde are boning, or the fact that like Chris Pine had to be in the room when Harry Styles did his sort of now infamous, you know, the thing about the movie is it's a real movie.
My favorite thing about the movie is like it feels like a movie.
It's a real sort of go to the theater sort of film, sort of movie.
It feels like a real, like, you know, go to the theater film movie.
Sort of the reason you go to the theater, sort of.
That, you know, you kind of, the reason why you go to watch something on the big screen. I think
that interview moment of Harry Styles feels like something that as a society we are never ever going to like fully recover from. Like, it is painful, it is awkward. Chris Pine is just like, what is this guy doing? And Harry Styles keeps going and going. It's not just the one quote. He's trying to find a way of basically saying this doesn't feel like something you should watch on streaming. This feels like something you should go out and see because of how well constructed it is. Worse than any of these press moments, though, is the actual performance from Harry in Don't Worry, Darling.
Everyone gets this opportunity. And if you keep talking like this, you're going to put it all at risk.
You're worried about a demotion? That's what you're worried about?
Our life. Alice, our life together. This. We could lose this.
It is very much, I said the lines, I did a good job, did I not? Very much like, okay, I've memorized the lines. It very much feels like he went to the TikTok school of acting and just kind of went, oh, yelling means emotion. And that's what we're going to do every time.
We are lucky to be here!
It very much feels like when you see good acting and then no one's around and you're like, I wonder if I could do that. And then you try and you're like, maybe there's a reason this is left to the professionals. That's what it feels like. It is something that should not have been filmed, not have been edited, and not have been put on screen.
Alice, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Let me be better!
I'm sorry. Alice,
Fuck!
Pretty much every scene that Harry Styles is given where he is given something to chew on in this movie just comes off clunky and awkward and, yeah, just not a successful attempt. And it's weird because he's obviously a very good-looking guy, so in theory, he should be made for the screen. Obviously, as a society, we see Harry Styles as a sex symbol, but there's something that's not working with him on screen. He sticks out in everything. He stuck out in Dunkirk. He sticks out in Don't Worry, Darling. And in My Policeman, he genuinely looks like an alien from another planet.
So, do you never know how these things will turn out? Thank you. Mr.
Are you really going to hang my portrait in the museum?
That's ridiculous.
He very much has the body language and the mannerisms of someone who is very much looking for validation that he did a good job. That's the best way I can describe it, is every time he is given a moment to shine in Don't Worry, Darling, it feels like he's waiting for the director, who is the woman he's banging, by the way, to go, well done, Harry. Well done. Good job. But it never comes. It never comes while you're watching the movie. You just have to sit there in these scenes and wait for them to be over. He's not the only problem in Don't Worry, Darling, though. The script is really bad. The pacing's really bad. Aside from Florence Pugh, a lot of the performances do feel really weird. So I wonder if this is a thing of direction. But then the issue is My Policeman came out and kind of solidified that, no, maybe it wasn't direction. Maybe this is just Harry Styles.
I never tried anything before because I think I was afraid. So, do you never know how these things will turn out? Thank you. Mr.
Are you really going to hang my portrait in the museum?
That's ridiculous.
Now, the thing with Don't Worry, Darling was a lot of people went to go see that movie to see whether Harry Styles could act. And the answer they got was not really, no.
I gave you all of this, Alice!
And then after that, it was a bit awkward because it's like, oh, well, he's got another movie coming out on Prime called My Policeman. And I don't think anyone watched My Policeman. And the reason I'm doing this video is because I watched My Policeman and I watched it for free and I want my money back. And I think the issue is it's a more mature, grounded, reserved film. And it feels like this absolute buffoon child has just taken over the movie and run away with it.
Why you?
If they know about Patrick, they might know about...
So it's true. You and Patrick.
Yes, it's true. Now someone will tell.
This is a serious, grounded movie, very much exploring the sort of punish the gays trope, but it is a very serious, sombering story about marital abuse, about homophobia, about infidelity. Like it's a dark, bleak look at just a complete breakdown of two romantic relationships and the abuse that kind of comes from that. Pretty much all the weight of this lofty story is put on Harry Styles in a policeman outfit. And look, the person I was watching with this, the whole time we're going, for some reason, he feels like there are literally scenes where he is with other cops who are obviously actors, right? He's with other actors in cop outfits and they all look like actual policemen. But then Harry Styles, the My Policeman, looks, like a child that stole daddy's uniform. It's just something is not working. I don't know if it's his body mannerisms or his face or the fact that I just can't see that it's not Harry Styles, but it's just not working. And on top of that, the issue with this movie is, at least with Don't Worry Darling, they kind of just went, you know what, yell your way through it. That normally works for people, whatever. But in My Policeman, he's asked to be subtle and nuanced and quiet and take some pause in moments and also have these really like intimate sex scenes. And Harry just doesn't have the chops for it. He just does not have the chops for it.
Tell me.
Someone reported him! Probably someone from the museum.
Oh my God.
And they dug up some wretch who claimed Patrick had him in the alleyway behind the Argyle.
Listen to me. We can put all this behind us. We can start our marriage.
Jesus, Marion, this isn't about our marriage. Patrick's going to prison and I'm bloody ruined.
The way he like comes in this movie is just, it's like, it's not it. Don't Worry Darling and My Policeman both demanded about an hour from him, and the Eternals and Dunkirk basically had about 10 to 15 minutes of him. So the majority of his acting on screen is bad and clunky and weird. I guess the big thing I've noticed is no one even seems to care. He did Don't Worry Darling, everyone kind of went, that was weird, don't do that again. He then did that again with My Policeman, and I think just no one watched it, so no one talked about how bad it was. But I guess I'm just sort of sitting here perplexed as to what happens now. Is he going to kind of like ruin Don't Worry Darling and My Policeman and then just like leave Hollywood and focus on music? Because in a weird way, I'm like, well, I had to suffer through these two movies. I had to suffer through him trying to figure out how to act. I at least want to see him become a good actor. Like I'm almost sitting there kind of like weirdly rooting for him because I've wasted my time on these movies. I'm like, well, something has to come of this. You know, is it like Jimmy Fallon, where Jimmy Fallon wanted to become an actor and did like a remake of Taxi and that other shitty rom-com, and then everyone went, yeah, that's fine, stick to late night shows, please. We do not want to watch that. Like, is that what's going to happen here? I'm almost more annoyed if he doesn't do any more acting, because I like had to go on this journey with him. And the reason I say like I want to see him get good is because his career is like incredible on paper as an actor. He has been given just the most incredible opportunities. His first movie, out the gate, a Christopher Nolan movie. His second one, a recurring MCU role, all right? Like apparently he's going to be back if they do Eternals 2. That's insane. Most actors, the pinnacle is seen to get in the sort of MCU in terms of like blockbuster, big money moments. His third film was an Olivia Wilde film. She was kind of Booksmart, which everyone loved. This was alongside Florence Pugh, one of the greatest actors of our generation. And then he gets a whole vehicle movie to himself with My Policeman. Like a whole, like, here's your movie, here's your Oscar chance, run away with it, go nuts. And I'm just sitting there going like, wow, like imagine how many actors would kill for these opportunities. So it's almost like, it seems like a waste to cut it off now. I feel like he needs to go away, get some acting lessons, come back and just smash it. But my question is, does anyone even want that? I feel like everyone's such a big fan of his music. Everyone's going to the Big Bird tour. Like, I don't think anyone wants him to act anymore. So as a result, his acting career is just this weird 2 to 3 year long stint that he did, where he got these incredible opportunities, fumbled most of them, and now he's just back to music. I just find it weird that his roles weren't like A Star Is Born or The Bodyguard, where these pop stars basically get to play pop stars in movies and that's kind of it, you know? He got actual big movie roles and kind of fucked around with Hollywood for a while, tanks some movies, and now he just gets away scot-free. And now he's getting Album of the Year. And I'm like, no, you don't get to do that. Either keep going or I want explanation. Like, is anyone even going to talk about his acting career? Like, if he passes away, right? If he passed away tomorrow, would people be like, singer-songwriter, former member of One Direction, actor, Harry Styles? Like, would people do that? Because I feel like everyone, including his fans, are trying to just be like, yep, no, that didn't happen. Ignore it. I'm like, why? Like, let's talk about it. Like, should he do more? Why didn't they work? Was My Policeman a good idea given his fan base? I don't think so. But it's just like, it's weird that everyone just kind of went, yep, under the rug. We really like his music. Don't talk about those flops. Like, we're not doing it. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Have a lovely day and let me know what you'd like me to talk about next.